Hello YouTube, it's Brian A. Thomas, BrianAThomas.com, Jonathan Strange BT on Twitch. Back with another BT Plays video here on YouTube. Going over another Black Desert hints and tips from a relative noob of the game. This time this video is going to go over how to hide a UI and use the screenshot features in the game. Kind of like I've done previously with ArcAge. If you still play ArcAge and you want to be able to do screenshots in that, check out the video that should be linked in the video here or down in the video section, information section down below. This is as of the Korean open beta test, but it shouldn't change much between now and the North American EU release, which is presently scheduled around late 2015, early 2016. I won't go over how to get into the game to the Korean OBT. Basically, you're going to need a Korean friend. There's plenty of information out there on internet and somewhat on the Black Desert subreddit on how to get in if you really need to. Basically, you probably should just raid, or if you have a Korean friend that can get you an account, then go with that. On a side note, if Darren or Pearl Biz needs somebody to test the North American servers or localization, right here. Anyhow. On to the information. Hiding UI is simply a matter of pressing CTRL+U, and this puts you in screenshot mode. You can also move around. You can play the game in this mode. When composting your picture, you generally don't want to center it up. Composting, yeah, like composting photos, be sure to have your workers turned over the compost pile. Today, good, we're doing live, come on. When composing your picture, you don't want to leave it centered here, which is where you start. Sometimes you'll do if you're going to re-edit the picture in Photoshop, or do some more further compositions in Photoshop, but generally, you're going to want to put it to the side a bit. You're going to either follow the rules of thirds or the golden ratio, as they're sometimes called. There's two different things. You can do lots of information on the internet and YouTube about how to use the rule of thirds and the golden rule. And I'm not going to go over a great deal of detail about it. Basically, though, when you're composing your shot, you're going to move your character offside to the rules of thirds or the golden rule. Basics of the rule of thirds: you want to some lead space in front of your character that they may be more pleasing to the eye than just a direct centered shot. That's less interesting than like this. Say, you can move your camera around by using the arrow keys. Even if you're going to do a really close-up shot, you could center it up. You're going to want to put imaginary lines along the thirds to help line up your eyes. Help compose a shot. Again, using the rules of thirds and golden rule. Just look those up on the internet and YouTube. You'll find plenty of videos and information on those kind of things. I'll have some links down in the video information below about those and how to help compose your shot to help make it a little nicer. Again, that's kind of sort of above and beyond what we're trying to cover here. Anyhow, as I said, you move your camera around, find yourself a spot you want to take a picture, move your camera around using the arrow key. Left and right moves you that way, up and down. Moves you that. Your mouse button zooms in and out from where you're looking at. your you'll try to follow your look to a certain extent. Look towards the camera. If you back into something, your character will attempt to sit down or lean against it. If it's like a fence or a tree, they'll try to lean in against it by simply backing up against it, which allows you to set up some nice shots sometimes if you're doing it like that. If you wanted to take a shot of them sitting or leaning against a tree to being soulful, what have you. Control plus the arrow keys adjust the depth of field. It gets blurrier, or we can snap the whole picture into focus. Depends on what your desires are here, how much of the background you want to blur out. Those are the control up and down arrows. Same control left and right also adjusts the film noise, or is what it's supposed to do, but it seems to adjust the depth of field again. Maybe we want to just blur that tree in the background. Or if we want to just bring her and the boat that she's on, that. Again, your control up down applies all that. Shift brings your zoom. This is slightly different than what you're doing with the mouse button, but not too much. So more or less you can use the middle mouse button to zoom in and out the same way as the shift up and down arrows. Shift left and right will turn the camera. Tilt. Control and shift and up and down applies color filters. Control shift left and right supposed to apply film noise, as you can see there. It's a noise grain. For lots of these effects, like the color filters, the noise grain, are probably easier to add post that noise grain altogether. When you got your shot lined up, go ahead and hit your print screen button. You get that clicking sound that lets you know the picture has been taken. These pictures will end up in your My Documents Black Desert folder. When you're in screenshot mode, you can use the U button, which will slow things down for a bit, just for a short moment, which is nice if you're doing a allows you to do some neat stuff like that, which might be helpful if you're putting in a quick vid segment, bullet time or what have you. Don't be afraid to use Photoshop to recompose your shots, add special effects. Those are kind of the overall basics. Again, your Control-U puts you in photo mode. Use your arrow keys to move your camera, and your mouse to just pan, tilt, get yourself where you want. Control key to adjust your focus. Shift to just tilts, and just play around with your control and arrow buttons, shift arrow buttons, control shift arrow buttons, and get your shots. Play around with it, have fun. Sometimes you'll get a shot lined up, then you'll get photobombed. I find it helpful when you're doing that to go, I'm working here! Working here! Then they'll wander off, acting as if they didn't hear you, probably because they didn't hear me. But, you know, even though it was like a test shot on the picture showing up here, no, it's still. And then, as we've seen here, while we were trying to take our photos, sometimes the weather doesn't cooperate. As a picture that should be showing up on the screen now was on location, on the way to the location, take some photographs, raining, and ended up having to stand in the mud during the shot. You can role play that out. Like maybe she's upset. She's a ranger though, so she's probably used to the mud, but those are probably nice shoes to be having around like that. I don't know. Now those are the basics. If you found this video at all helpful, please comment, like, and subscribe. It will help other people find the information, same video and information, and get them the information they want, if not the information they need. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Thank you.